Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny. Folks, it's a warmer day here than it was, let's say, in the past couple of days. It's about 30 degrees and we've got a little bit of snow here in the Bluegrass State, but not enough to keep us from doing a video. Now, I usually say you hang around, and that's exactly what I want to say to you because I've got a treat for you. Do hang around and don't miss any of this video because it's very important that you see this. Now, notice the snow here. The snow came last night and it's not melted yet, but it's a little bit cold. It's about 30 degrees. But I've got a topic right here that I want to talk about. Now, this is a 2014 Ram pickup. Now, I want to give you a complete review and an honest analysis with this vehicle. And I'm going to walk around it and give you a complete tour, both inside as well as the outside. And I'm going to tell you something. Now, let me say this to you. Many of you that might be maybe in the market to buy a new truck, I would say to you, don't jump so fast. Don't run into something that you might regret doing. And what I mean by that is, have you noticed the sticker price lately on a new truck? And the used price is relatively hardly any difference when it comes to buying a vehicle because the prices of the new trucks and cars have escalated and has gone through the roof, but also the used ones, if you can find one, they also have skyrocketed in price. Now, this is a truck that's got 150,000 miles on it. It's a Ram. And it's a full-size pickup. And I'm going to show you a ton of reasons to buy something like this rather than to buy new. And first I would say this is a keeper. Now, folks, it's been, since 07 since I bought a new vehicle. 07 since I bought a brand new vehicle, and that being an SUV. I would have to be a millionaire. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have to be a millionaire before I would buy a brand new vehicle, knowing what I know about them and how they last and how they don't last. But I'm going to say that this truck has got 150,000 miles on it. And I ask you the question, do you think it'll run for another 150,000? It's a very good possibility that it will. Let's start off and show you. My camera person's going to come close. And I said I'd give you a walk-around tour. And by the way, I'm going to give you the highlights of this. I am not going to do a total demonstration. I'm not going to drive it, but I'm going to start it and let you hear it run. Let's start off and say that it's got the original wheels. Most of this truck is all original. Most of it. Now, a very small percentage of it has had just a touch of something done to it, but very little. It's got 20-inch tires on it. Now, take a look at that. Big tires. And by the way, these wheels are original. And notice here. Now, I'm going to say this. This truck is dirty, and it is a truck that's used by a hunter. I'm talking about a big game hunter. It's used for hunting. So it's a little bit nasty, and it's been in the mud. But what's a truck for if you can't get it dirty? Okay? It's used primarily for anything that you want to, and it's going to get dirty, and it's got snow on it. But notice this here. I'm going to show you some features about this. You're talking about a powerhouse. This is a bighorn. Now notice here. these big tires, it's way up off the ground. Now notice here, this is 4-wheel drive, by the way. This thing has got the power that probably would amaze you if you were able to drive it. Notice here, these big locks on here, these big hooks. These things are made for pulling. I mean pulling, pulling, pulling. Notice that. Big grill, big headlights. Come on around, camera person. Now, I want to say this engine is a 5.7 Hemi V8. Did you get that? A 5.7 Hemi V8. That spells a ton of horsepower. I think it's about 396 horsepower V8 power. That's what I believe it is. All right, going on around. Notice this truck. Hey, I'm excited about this. I get excited about it because I like trucks. I like trucks. I like trucks. Look at the color of this thing. Isn't that black? Even though it looks dirty, it's still a beautiful black. Lots of chrome on this babe. Lots of chrome. Notice this going around. Here's what I like about it. Now this thing's high off the ground. Now I've got long legs and it's not really a problem with me. But for some people, you just step up like this and they will hold you up even if you weigh 350 pounds or maybe 4. And I don't know what the limit of them is, but I doubt if you would hurt them. So let's go on the ramp. Here's a big bed. Now, when you buy a truck, you buy it to haul a big load. So you need a big bed. You need a big bed. This thing, I don't know exactly the size of it, but the cab is huge and the bed is as well very, very big. Let's go on around. Now, we've had snow. We didn't get much snow compared to a lot of our neighbors that surround us. And I'm sure, of course, you know about the big storm that went up the east coast. This thing is made to go in the snow because it's got 4-wheel drive, high off the ground, and it'll take you in the snow and maybe take you in places that you may not want to go. It's got the power. Now you're going to hear it run in just a few minutes. So let's go around the back. Take a look at this. Now, that's okay. It's snow. This is a 4x4. Now you're talking about going off-road. You talk about going off-road. This will go off-road. And let me tell you, it won't leave you dead on the road. Let's go on around. Now notice here, I'm gonna let my camera person get down here just a little bit and notice the height. Notice the height of this thing, how high it is off the ground. Isn't that impressive? Now notice it's a bighorn. Let's go on around. You talk about a gas tank. I don't know just how many gallons this thing holds, but I'm saying it'll hold enough gas to get you where you want to go. Now I'm going to show you the room on the inside. I've given you a tour of the outside. Let's do it very briefly. Now I told you that this truck, its owner likes to kill the big buck. Now you can use it for anything you want to, and including that. Now, let's look inside here. You can see what I'm talking about. Take a look at this. Tons of space in here. I mean, this is a massive interior on this truck. He's got his weapons in here to take down the big buck when he wants to. And it's also got all kinds of leg room. Take a look at this leg room and this interior and these big, and incidentally, these are power seats. Now, I don't know if they've got the heat, but I do know they're power. Let's look at this. Now I'm going to turn the table just a little bit here. Let's start this engine. Let me raise the hood first. There we are. Let's raise the hood. Well, why not just get excited here? Slow down just a little bit. Now, please excuse the dirt. Like I said, the man's he hunts the big buck. But notice this big, huge front here. You know, I've made this statement before. Let me talk to you straightforward here with this. This truck has got enough room for you to haul your wife, 3 or 4 kids, and you might even be able to squeeze your mother-in-law in there if you could maybe just take a little time and say, hey, Mom, we want you to go with us. And I'm sure she would fit in there too. So let me start this engine. Let me turn it around here and let me open the hood. Here we go. Let's open this hood. Now, my camera person is going to show you this engine. Now, she don't have to stand very close to it, but you want to hear it run. And then I'm going to let you go back to the back, and I want to let you hear that engine, how it sounds. So let's do it. Here we are. .7 Hemi V8. Now let's go to the back. Come on back here. Come on back here, camera person. I've never wanted to shortchange a person, and when I do a review, I want it to be totally honest. Now listen at this exhaust system. Listen to it. Just a second here. Now, let's move back around to the front. I have a couple of more things I want to tell you about this vehicle. I told you it was very high off the ground. Now notice here. See, it's okay. I can do that without a problem because I've got long legs. But if you're like maybe a whole lot shorter than I am or whatever, you can do this. Very simple. Just step up. That's what those things are for. And I'm telling you, this is an impressive truck. Now, I told you a moment ago I'd have to be a millionaire to buy a new truck. And there's a reason for that. I give this truck 5 stars. It's a 2014 Ram Bighorn. 150,000 miles on it. You know what? As far as I know, most of it is original. It's just beginning to get broke in my opinion. I give it 5 stars because with 150,000 miles on it and no major issues, that's something to brag about. Not many vehicles like that on the road today can really have that kind of a record. This is a hunting truck. It's a tow truck. I mean, you can pull, you can haul, you can drag, etc., with this truck. And I believe, in my opinion, with the prices of vehicles like they are today, high, price-wise. They're so pricey that that's why I'd have to be a millionaire in order to buy one. I'm sure that you can negotiate with someone with a truck like this for far less than you can get one maybe at a dealership or something like that. But this truck, I believe, will last right on and right on, possibly even another 150,000 miles, and maybe even more. Great truck. It's worth it. It's worth it. Now, this is the last point I want to make. When I get something good, let me tell you something. I keep it. When I get a reliable vehicle and I know that's quality, I keep it. I don't just let it go. I keep it. Keep it. This is a keeper. Okay? This is a keeper. Keep it. Keep it. If you've got a truck like this or any other type of truck, don't let it go. If it's a reliable, trustworthy truck, keep the thing. Don't go in debt and buy something that you might regret. You might regret it. But this is a keeper. I give it 5 stars. 5 stars. No problem. And my final analysis of it, durable, powerful, 4-wheel drive, go in the snow, quality. That's what I give it. 5 stars, reliable, quality. Listen, if you like this, in closing, if you like this, give us a big thumbs up. Would you do that for us? And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel. Drop your comments in the box below and let me know what you think about this truck. And I'll get back to you and I'll answer your comment back. So you have a blessed day.